Kyung, I mean, this is certainly a campus which, over the decades has seen large numbers of demonstrations, has seen, as Jeffrey was talking about, violence in some cases, but also plenty of peaceful protests and very active protest movements on campus. Kyung, I don't know if you can hear me, Kyung. Is it clear how many of these people who are protesting are actually, students at the university? How many of them have come from outside? Do you know?
I can't tell. When I was wandering through the crowd, a lot of the crowd had Cal clothing on. So the people you're looking at, though, and I'm not sure what camera you're looking at right now, they're wearing black. About half of them have Cal clothing on, half of them do not. So I do not. Whoa. Okay. Sorry, we're trying to move back. Oh, wait. Okay. We're backing up.
So that, Karen, let me just ask you, that area that you are now backing up from, is that the entrance to the building? Is that just one side, one particular entrance?
This is one entrance to the building. This is the entrance we believe that people were lining up to go in to see the speaker. There is another entrance, but this has been sort of the focal point where the protesters have been trying to stop people who wanted to see the speaker from going in. Something I need to explain as well, Anderson, what is hanging over all of this, when you walk through the crowd and talk to people, they say, yes, it is about this event. It is about the speaker. But this is also about national politics. This is very much about Donald Trump. There are a lot of signs of anti-Trump signs that are here, people speaking about the cabinet. So this, on the surface, does appear to be just about this one event, just about this one speaker. But I can tell you from everything we've seen here, national politics hangs over all of this. It is inflaming all of the passions here. And while it does look like that the most energetic people, the ones who are violent, the protesters who are violent, are driven by whatever motive, what is riding over all of this, indeed, is national politics, Anderson.
Young, I understand that the police have now said, and correct me if I'm wrong, that they, in a matter of minutes or in short order, plan to clear the area. And there you see now somebody lighting that sign.
Oh, back up. Okay.
So, Kyung, did the
Sorry, Anderson, we're just
did you
back
hear
up. I'm
from
not sure how much gasoline is in that.
Did you hear from the police that they plan to clear this square now?
There was a warning from the police, a verbal warning saying to get out of this square. And as we're backing up here, this is something clearly that they've got to get a handle on.
What is that actually burning? I mean, is that it looks like something with a door on it. Is it
It's a light. It's a street light. The kind of lights you see when there's a major event that the city pulls out. So it's a large light that was tipped over and now has been set on fire.
UC Berkeley police now have announced over Twitter that the speaker. UC Berkeley police have announced over Twitter that the speaker, who was scheduled to speak tonight on campus, has left the campus and is no longer there. Clearly, they are hoping to try to diffuse this as much as possible and get people to kind of move on. Does not look, I mean, Kyung, correct me if I'm wrong, does it look to you as if people are clearing out in response to the police?
Oh, no. I mean, just as I look at the arc of the crowd here, no one's moving. There's a large crowd here. They're just watching this light burn, and there is a very scary energy happening here. People are waving flags. A lot of people look very delighted that this is happening. And as I'm sure people are on Twitter looking at this, what they really wanted was exactly what you just said, Anderson. They wanted to shut this down. And so, no one's moving. So at some point, those are...
It sounds like firecrackers.
That's fireworks. It's fireworks.
Yeah, those were not shots. Those are fireworks. Kyung, it looks like was some sort of an accelerant used. I mean, this may be a dumb question, but was an accelerant used on that fire? Because I mean, that's a metal object that's burning. Is it gasoline that's burning?
I don't know. That's what's a little alarming. I'm not sure. So what we have seen are some of the protesters throwing.
Yeah, you know,
I'm being told. Device,
yeah, I'm being told it's a generator. It's a freestanding light that has its own generator, which likely has gasoline inside it. So that's probably what has ignited. So you're wise, obviously, to try to keep your distance from that. Not clear how much gasoline is inside that generator. We're looking, Kyung, just so you know what our viewers are watching. On the right-hand side of our screen, we're probably watching what is from your camera, which is a tight shot of the flames on that light and that generator. On the left-hand side of our screen, we're looking at, from our affiliate Kron, which has a slightly different vantage point, a little bit of a wider shot where you see some more people kind of who are standing around. But it looks like, Kyung, that the protesters now, are you in an area kind of where the media is and the protesters are farther pushed back, or can you kind of explain the layout?
Where I'm standing is, if you have an aerial vantage point of where we are, it looks like there's a ring around this building. I'm standing pretty close to this light that's burning, so I can see the entire arc of this crowd. And as this fire gets bigger and bigger, there are cheers from this crowd, and people getting closer to try to take pictures, which is astonishing to me. And the firecrackers are still going off. So,
and there we see
there's another fire being set here. It looks like that's an American flag that they have set on fire. So yeah, I can't tell from where I'm at because I'm standing toward the front, close to the fire. I can't tell how far back this crowd goes. But from where I am, there's a ring of protesters surrounding this building, and there are dozens and dozens and dozens of protesters standing around just watching all of this happen. Yeah. So we did hear from the police that they were going to try to clear this area.
The fire looks like it's spreading actually somewhat on the ground. I assume that's the gasoline as it
that's a tree catching on fire. Let's back up. Back up, Jordan.
Yeah, it looks like not only that tree it looks like that fire could get close to that building, to the steps, certainly, and perhaps the balcony. There are police who have been monitoring this from that very balcony. They obviously will have to move off from that direct area because of the smoke and the actual flames. That is the balcony that there were police not only with what appeared to be tear gas devices, but also bullhorn in order to try to get people to move away, telling people that they face arrest if they were